Hi, and welcome to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation focused on youth mental health. Before we begin today's episode, I just wanted to let you all know that all content that is found in our podcast is created for informational purposes only. This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or therapy. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, and never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard in this podcast. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast by the Tarika Foundation, where we explore how mindful parenting helps raise emotionally grounded, confident, and compassionate children. Today's episode is extra special. It's our Valentine's Day edition. When we think of Valentine's Day, we often think of romantic love. But today, we are focusing on a deeper, lifelong kind of love. The love we model, teach, and pass on to our children. I'm truly delighted to welcome Shweta Takate, the author of Binu and Lulu, The Joy of Being Light, a book that beautifully speaks to the emotional world of children and the role parents play in shaping it. Thank you so much, Shweta, for joining us today. Super excited to have you here. So, my first question to you, what inspired you to write this book?
Punam, first of all, thank you so much for your warm welcome. I'm very, very happy to be here. and I'm actually very touched that you reached out about this book and because it's amazingly like this morning itself I was thinking how did this thing happen? Because many times you don't plan things in life. You are, when especially, like for me specifically, since 2018, I have been on this journey of, I would say, inner journey, going to our truth, doing spiritual studies and meditation and mindfulness practices. And when that fulfillment from within that comes, there is just, you don't have many of these desires of achieving something, outside, because you feel that peace that you already have. And so when this book came, even to me, it was a surprise how I started writing the stories. But honestly, when I'm looking back just few days back, it actually came from a place of fullness. Because when you are full yourself from within, then there is always a wish to give to the world. And when that pure desire is there, it's like your higher consciousness and the universe automatically works through you and things happen for the betterment for the world. And so there was this pure thought, like, we all adults, we look at, oh, let me learn meditation, let me look into my mental health and this and that. But what about children, right? And nowadays, and I'm so like, I love this parenting series, and all the parents, I congratulate them. They're taking care of that, right? At least that acknowledgement is there. And so I feel for children, because when they are little, that mind is ready to grasp, and whatever in those first few years mind holds, it remains with them lifelong, whether they know it or not. It goes in the subconscious mind. And so this book was born, it's right here with me right now. This book was born as like, I was like, children, they love stories, and through stories, if they learn something, that will just stay with them forever.
That's so beautiful. You're absolutely right. Kids deserves better parents today, and that's our hope of doing this whole series and having this channel. We want every child to thrive and, just reach their full potential via mindful parenting. So, I wanted to ask you another question. If you had to describe the heart of this book in one sentence, what would you say it teaches children about love, self worth, or belonging?
I think in one sentence, if I have to say, it definitely teaches or gives that full faith and belief to children that they are always loved, no matter what. They are loved for who they are.
Beautiful. Many parents say, I love my child deeply, but I'm not always sure they feel it. But your book is reassuring. They're always loved, no matter what. From your perspective, what does it mean for a child to truly experience love, not just hear it?
Yeah, that's a very beautiful question, Punam, because this is like a very fundamental thing for all of us, right? Parents, children, or any relationship that we take. And let's go back to this word love, right? Because that's what we have been talking. And then Valentine's Day, love, right? Love is something we always think that I'm giving love, or I have to give love to children, or I have to do something so that they feel love, right? But that's where the blockage comes. Because love is not something that you have to give or you have to do something. Love is our nature. Because when I say I am giving love to Punam, that means there is something that I never had and I have to bring it from somewhere and then give it to you, Punam, right? But for something to be felt or experienced, one has to stay in our own truth, and that is that we already are love. Love is our innate nature. It's not something that, I mean, to me personally, I wouldn't say like I am loveful. I would rather prefer saying I am love, because peace, love, and joy, they are our innate qualities as a consciousness, because we all are beyond this body and roles. Like even for me, in the book, back of the book, I've written that this is written by a soul lovingly playing the role of Shweta Takate. So I deeply believe that that higher consciousness, right, that the soul that we are, love is our innate nature. And so for any parent, to they always wish that their child feel loved. And so if they themselves just stay in that truth that I am love, experience it for themselves, then child is going to feel that no matter what. And then the actions naturally reflect that, radiate that love through them.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you're saying we don't even maybe need to say the word I love you, because we are love. We are radiating it through our words,
Yeah.
actions, in our heart. And what a beautiful thing you shared with our parents. So, another question coming to my mind, Valentine's Day is often very adult focused. How can parents reframe Valentine's Day as a moment to nurture emotional connection and inner confidence in their children?
Yeah, that's again very beautiful point actually, because it's really Valentine's Day is lot really adult focused. But again, if we well I haven't dig into it too much, but I know the Valentine's Day, it comes from the Saint Valentine, right? That's how it all started. But again, when if we go back to this pure meaning or the foundation of what love is, and so that love, if that is our nature, it has got nothing to do with how old the body is, whether it's a child, whether it's a teenager, whether it's an adult, whether it's an old person. It has really got nothing to do with it. And if this is a very beautiful time as we are talking about Valentine's Day. And so it can be between parents and children, right? Like they both can celebrate this beauty of a Valentine's Day because it's a love, it's a beautiful bond. So if we change this for ourselves or transform this tradition and celebrate this day for between parents and children, that itself is will like strengthen that bond between parents and children.
I fully agree with you, and I feel, they can get this book and give to their children and start that conversation from this Valentine. But I'm hoping, if parents were to give this book to their child on Valentine's Day, what kind of message do you hope the child receives beyond the words on the page?
Yeah, I think one key message is definitely that, well, there are many messages, right? So there are like 10 stories in this book, and every story is a message, but more than that, it's an experience. So I feel for children, because experience is something that stays with us, may not be words necessarily, but the experience stays. And I feel the experience that children will get is I am already full, complete, and whole, and I don't have to look outside to get that peace, joy, and love. And when they start their journey from that fullness from within, magic naturally will happen in life, in any of their achievements, actions, school, everything.
No, that's absolutely true. I am worthy, I am whole, I am love. So, do you recommend parents read the book with their children? If so, how can parents create meaningful conversations around the themes without really turning into a lesson or a lecture?
Oh, yeah, yeah, no, that's beautiful, and I think it is a good idea definitely for parents to read with children. Again, it depends how old the child is, because honestly, I feel like I've now I shared this book with a couple of friends, and they don't even have children, right? I mean, many friends, and many of them they don't even have children, but they want to read it. And one friend, so she read it, and she's like, this is not just for children, this is for me, I'm gonna read it every night. And so I feel like, as adults also, we love stories and we connect to them. And so if parent and child they read it together, then it's like, they are on the they're reading it together, they're sharing that love and bond together, they're sharing those values together. So that is definitely very beautiful. And if, of course, if a child is a bit older and then he or she wants to read it on its own, that's also perfect, because these stories, as I said, they're really like a stories. It's like really a little world of like animal kingdom, and then you enter into this world of Binu and Lulu, where Lulu is like a little bit younger one and Binu is like a little bit a wiser kid. And so how their conversation unfolds into finding our own value. So I feel for parents, they don't even have to say anything as such. And I hope, like, I mean, I would love to hear their experiences later, but just like flow through it and read through it and that go through that journey and don't even have to say anything more than that.
I feel maybe they will come up with more stories. They will, create together,
That
and
is a
then
good, of
yeah,
course. Yeah, yeah.
one after the other. Who knows, right? It may inspire their kids to write their own storybook.
That's such a beautiful thought. Yes.
So, another question is coming to my mind. So, children often internalize the way love is shown to them. As you were saying, even you don't need to say words, they know it, they feel it because you are radiating that. So, how does the message of your book support children in building a kind, resilient inner voice as they grow? as we are saying, it is maybe, meant for adults also, because
Yeah.
whatever these children are reading now, listening now, maybe it will stay with them forever, and then they will become kind and resilient. So, how is this book supporting that message?
Yeah. So there are, well, as I said, every story is an experience, and every story is a message or a lesson, learning experience, whatever we could call it as, or invoking the truth within, actually. That would be the right word. But for children, if we really see, especially nowadays, for them, actually even for adults too, but nowadays especially for children, they get trapped into their feelings very quickly and the emotions very quickly, right? And then a couple of stories, like one story is where it says feelings are visitors. So for children to understand that feelings will come and go. That's not who I am. But I am something beyond that. I am that truth. I am like that sun. I am like that light. No matter what feeling will come and go, I am always shining bright like peaceful or joyful or loveful light that I am, right? So that's one thing. And then the other important message I would say, and through the stories, is like, because we all are that light, and it's in a very gentle way children will learn, like, right, who they are. And because we are that light, that consciousness, that makes all of us equal, right? No matter what other kid or whoever comes in front, all of us equal, and that whole world is like one big happy family. And so when they learn that, then that kindness, the resiliency and the kindness, both, like it comes very naturally.
Shweta, that's very powerful. I do think, these kids will take rather that message to their school, in their community, and all the issues what we hear in today's world, not getting accepted or bullying going on, because kids don't understand they are equal, they are, kind, and they need to be kind to each other. So I believe your stories are going to be very impactful and stay with all these kids and their parents. One more question. If this book were a Valentine's note from a parent to a child, how would you describe its message? You did that pretty much, but I wanted to just ask you this way. Like, I know what you just said, we are
Yeah.
all equal, we are all worthy, we are all love. So, but if I'm writing as a parent to a child and giving maybe this book as a gift, what is this book going to give that message to our kids?
I feel, and I'm going to read these few lines from the first page of the book because I feel that's what really is. So it's a little note before they read a book. It's a little note for them, right? And so, uh, well, I wouldn't read everything. I want to keep it as a surprise, but a little portion of it is like, I hold your hand. I take you in my arms. I love you like a mother, give you strength like a father, and play with you like a friend. And I am like that beautiful light always with you. But just know that you are light, always shining bright, always loved, and always cared for.
Beautiful, because this is very much reassuring, and I can tell you from my personal experience, physically, parents may not be there with their kids always. My kids are grown up, they are not staying with me at home, but I do radiate that love. And as you're saying, I tell them they are also loved, whether they are staying near me or far. They are always protected, and it's their home. They can come always, anytime. and they're shining bright. So your message is resonating with me very well. And I'm definitely going to order not only one copy, but rather multiple copies to give as a gift to my friends who can definitely use these beautiful things what you shared for upbringing their kids. So finally, what would you say to parents considering this book as a Valentine's Day gift, not just for their child, but for their relationship with their child?
Yeah. I think definitely, because one of the thing is, we say parents and children, but as I was saying, this book is really for everybody. And even for, as a parent, to understand that who I am, is that consciousness, that light beyond this body. And so when naturally we go beyond that role, um, just like, honestly, I really don't feel that I wrote this book. I feel like it came through me, because I really don't feel like Shweta has written it. It feels like it came through me. And so when that consciousness is there, that I am beyond this role and body, naturally we have that vision, even for a child, that even that one is like beyond that body. And then the bond between the two, it doesn't remain at that level of, okay, I am a parent and he's a child, I am an older one and he's a younger one. Or like sometimes we have that very, like, unconsciously feeling that, okay, I'm older and that one is younger, or that one doesn't understand and I'm wiser. But when that vision is there, then that equality is there, that equal vision is there. And when you see from that equal vision, then you both are friend, you are equal and very naturally accepting each other. And so that bond becomes very, very, very strong.
Very nice, Shweta. I fully agree with you. I think most of the time parents have that conflict. Listen to me, I am your mother. But you're saying, yes, even though, the mother is giving birth to a child or playing the role of mother, but everybody is individual and on their journey, right? And they all like are worthy of love, whether different roles, different age of the body. So what I believe, this book is going to be very, very crucial for taking parent and child relationship to the next level and make it beautiful bond as you were describing. So I'm very grateful we got to talk to you. Thank you, Shweta, for sharing your heart and wisdom with us today. This conversation reminds us that love is not just something we feel, it is something we practice, model, and gift to our children every day. To our listeners, if this episode resonated with you, consider how stories, presence, and intentional moments of love can bring lifelong anchors for your children and child, or even for other relationship you might be having. So this has been Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving by the Tarika Foundation. Wishing you and your families a happy Valentine Day filled with connection, compassion, and mindful love. Thank you again, Shweta, for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Punam.
You are listening to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation. As part of our youth series, we will be releasing new episodes every month, so make sure to continue to check those out. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we thank you so much for listening.